proof, 6ix9ine is snitching at his trial.
Why are you causing all these problems for yourself, sir?
I don't cause no problem, man. You know what I'm saying? I address them. That's me.
Young Tekashi 6ix9ine is taking the internet by storm this week as he's getting ready to testify in court against his former friends. Many have blasted him for being a snitch, but does that really matter to Tekashi anymore? Welcome to Lime Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're talking about the controversy surrounding 6ix9ine, his trial, and the undeniable proof that he is actually snitching on people who used to be his friends. But after you hear the whole story, snitching might not sound like a bad idea anymore. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword Snitch for a chance at our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Tekashi is a fairly popular musician and has followed the classic arc of the gangster rapper. Born in Brooklyn, he saw his father pass away from gun violence when he was 13 years old, just a few feet from his family's front door. Tekashi started acting out as a result, eventually getting kicked out of the 8th grade. Instead of going back to school, he started making money to help out his mom. He took a few jobs around the neighborhood, eventually landing at a local bodega where he sold illegal substances, mainly grass and smack. These activities got him arrested and sentenced to some time at Rikers Island, an infamously tough prison. In prison, he started associating with some of the 9 Trey gangsters, who are a subset of the Bloods. When he got out, he fully adopted the Bloods lifestyle and then started making music in 2014. Tekashi had a lot of success in the rap scene and acted as a money-making bank for his criminal connections. His career had also been characterized by his public beefs with other celebrities, most notably and recently with rappers Casanova and Chief Keef. These beefs have, however, cost him everything, because now he's behind bars. Last year, he was arrested on federal racketeering and firearm charges. Allegedly, he was part of a conspiracy to hit Casanova and Chief Keef. But now that he's locked up, he's going to testify against some of his former friends for decreased jail time. We know this because a letter was sent to the judge in the trial from prosecutors explaining what they plan to prove in court and how they would do it. We're going to read a few excerpts from the legal documents now that proves Tekashi is snitching, so bear with us through the legal jargon. Lawyers have used overcomplicated diction since the dawn of time, and it began as an effort to keep supposed regular people out of politics. So again, bear with us, but it's important to see the exact breakdown of what's going on in the racketeering trial. There are a few technical terms in here, so you should watch out for these, as well as a few references to people involved in the case. Mac refers to one of the defendants, Alhermaya Nuke Mac, an accused member of the Bloods. Shotti is Tekashi's former manager. Ellison is Anthony Harv Ellison, one of Tekashi's former bodyguards, and CW2 stands for 6ix9ine. He is also referred to as Witness 1. First, the letter talks about what the government plans on introducing as evidence and who will corroborate it. The letter reads, First, following the court's directive at the final pretrial conference, the government has worked to significantly scale back the amount of audio and portions of transcripts that it seeks to admit at trial. The highlighted portions are the sections that the government intends to offer at trial. Moreover, the government no longer intends to offer the audio or accompanying transcripts for the following calls: 309-T, 318-T, and 322-T. Counsel for Mac has no objections to the accuracy of the transcripts. As of the time of this letter, however, Counsel for Mac has informed the government that they have not been able to complete their review of the transcripts with Mac for purposes of determining what portion of the transcripts should be admitted into evidence at trial. Counsel for Defendant Mac has advised that they will update the court before 5 p.m. today to notify the court which portions of the transcripts are still in dispute as to their admissibility at trial. Second, the government is seeking to admit the transcripts as exhibits at trial. Based on conversations with defense counsel objects to this request and believes that the transcripts should only be received as an aid to the jury. The government respectfully submits that admission of the transcripts would greatly facilitate the efficiency of direct and cross-examinations because the party conducting the examination can direct the witness's attention to portions of the transcript, as opposed to playing or replaying portions of the audio. Given that there is no dispute as to the accuracy of the transcripts, allowing the parties to directly point to testifying witness to the relevant portion of the transcript and ask questions without having to replay the audio in each sentence will save a tremendous amount of time. For these reasons, the government believes the transcripts should be admitted into evidence as exhibits and not simply offered as aids to the jury. Third, the government intends to offer a summary chart of certain Instagram direct messages from an Instagram account used by Mac, the summary chart. A copy of the summary chart is included with this letter. After reviewing the summary chart, a counsel for Defendant Mac has informed the government that they do not dispute the accuracy of the summary chart. However, counsel for Mac does not believe the summary chart should be admitted at trial and that instead, if the court allows these direct messages into evidence, the government should admit the PDF pages from the Instagram return. Fourth, the government intends to offer several exhibits, including iMessages chats, text messages, videos, and photographs that were extracted from Anthony Ellison's cellular telephone. CW2 will testify that CW2 was a participant in a months-long, multi-participant iMessage chat in which several 9Trey members were participants. The iMessage chat contains more than 13,000 messages. The government intends to introduce certain portions from that large chat message. In addition, the government seeks to introduce 1. An iMessage chat between Ellison and CW2. 2. Certain text messages exchanged between Jamal Jones, aka Mel Murda, and Ellison. 3. Certain iMessage chats between Ellison and a family member and associate of 9Trey who provided information to Ellison about CW2 and other 9Trey members. And 4. An iMessage chats between Ellison and others surrounding the events of the July 22, 2018 kidnapping and robbery of CW2. In addition, the government seeks to introduce portions of an iMessage chat between Ellison and a testifying witness, Witness 1, before and after the slashing charged in Count 5, as well as an extraction from Ellison's phone detailing all of the activity, messages, videos, locations, etc., from Ellison's phone in the hours prior to and after the slashing. The letter then goes on to explain exactly what Tekashi will be testifying about. It reads, "The government expects CW2 will testify that beginning in early 2018, Ellison and Kefano Jordan, aka Shotti, a high-ranking member of 9Trey, began to fight about, among other things, 9Trey's role as it related to CW2. For example, CW2 would testify that Jordan's view was that 9Trey should respond to any form of disrespect, no matter how slight, in a physical and public way. Ellison viewed Jordan's approach as being akin to using 9Trey to settle social media disputes. CW2 would testify that Ellison preferred to respond to any perceived slights with violence, but there was no reason to publicize it, i.e., word would get out about what happened to those who disrespected 9Trey. Similar to GX800A and GX800B, CW2 tells the group that they have to run down on Casanova when I get back. The government expects CW2 will testify that this has to do with the rap artist known as Casanova releasing a song called Set Trippin', which had lyrics that were derogatory of CW2. Another member of 9Trey, Seiko, questioned CW2's call to action as it would put members of 9Trey at risk. As support for this, Seiko relayed that a message or kite was sent out saying that if any apes, a rival blood set, came across CW2, they were to fire on CW2. Ellison responded, in essence, that he did not worry about the kite because 9Trey was a much larger gang than the Apes and had a presence worldwide, while the Apes were only in New York City. The government expects CW2 will testify that in March of 2018, CW2 was at the South by Southwest Music Festival in Texas. While there, CW2 got into more than one dispute with rappers and promoters based in Houston, Texas. Ellison, who was not with CW2 at the time, admonished CW2 for allowing himself to be violated. This admonishment developed into a lengthy back and forth among CW2, Ellison, and other members of 9Trey. This message is probative because 1. It corroborates CW2's anticipated testimony about the break between CW2 and Ellison, and 2. Ellison repeatedly questioned CW2's bona fides as a 9Trey member. On or about March 4, 2018, Jones and Ellison exchanged messages concerning how money should not come between them. The government expects CW2 will testify that around this time, a dispute arose because Ellison was not distributing money that CW2 gave Ellison to other members of 9Trey. This dispute was part of the reason why Ellison no longer traveled with CW2 and was one of the reasons that led to Ellison's robbery and kidnapping of CW2. Finally, on March 17th, Jones and Ellison exchanged several messages in which Jones is asking why no one is answering his calls and mentions Roe, which the government understands is a reference to Roland Martin, aka Roe Murda, another high-ranking member of 9Trey. These messages are probative because they occur around the time that CW2 and Ellison split, and they also corroborate that Martin, Jones, Ellison, and CW2 were members of 9Trey. The gang members' suspicions about Tekashi's loyalty and his unhappiness in his role as his unit's bank led to a dramatic event. Last June, Tekashi was kidnapped, assaulted, and robbed for $750,000 worth of jewelry and $20,000 in cash. They also threatened to end his life. It's hard not to see how Tekashi felt betrayed. And facing 40 years in prison from the racketeering charges, why wouldn't he turn on the people that turned on him? Recently, his former manager Shotti commented on Tekashi saying, "I would just let him know I pity him, man. I forgave him, but I pity him like, you ain't have to go that route. You ain't have to do this, man. Shotti was recently sentenced to 15 years in prison off of a plea deal in the racketeering case. What do you think about all of this? You think it's reasonable that Tekashi is turned into a witness? Will this ruin his career? Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below. We'd really love to hear them. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment keyword Snitch for a chance at our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. This has been Lime Report, giving you the facts and hard evidence that 6ix9ine is snitching in court. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. We really do appreciate it. We'd love to see you again, so make sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the news that matters most to you. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Lime Report.